Okay, so today's quiz, you guys had 6 problems. I figured this video would be the most efficient way to go over how you did, or what the correct answers are, the correct procedures, etc. So question number 1, looking at the results, you did pretty good. And these, this quiz is not as easy as the first one, so I am, like I have said many times, very impressed. You guys are getting better and better and better. Anyways, so correct first step is subtract 5, and we saw a lot of you do that, most of you actually, so that, like I said, I'm very impressed. Okay. And then you get negative 4x equals 28. Divide by negative 4. Divide by negative 4. 0. And I'm trying to make it look exactly like it would look if we were typing it. And the only thing we can't do when we're typing math is cancel. Haven't figured out a way to do that yet. 28 divided by negative 4 is negative 7. Number 2. And these questions get progressively harder. Like I said, this is quiz number 2, and you're going to have 4 or 5 attempts. And that last one that we do towards the end of January, that's the big one. That's the one that counts. So hopefully you guys get better, continue to improve like you have been. Okay, so this one is a variables on both sides of the equation situation. The best thing you could do is add 3x. Negative, opposite of negative is positive. You could think of this as a minus, and that is a plus. Plus 3x on both sides. Those cancel. I'm going to draw the line. Like I said, I'm going to try to show the work like I would want you to do it while you're typing. 5x plus 3x is 8x. Minus 11 plus nothing is still minus 11. Equal sign goes here. That equals 0. That equals 11. Voila. Did I write the problem down wrong? Yes, I did. This is supposed to be a 13. My bad. My bad. That's supposed to be a 13. Okay. And then now it's a normal 2-step. So you add 11. Add 11. Like I said, you guys are getting much. 8x plus nothing is 8x. Minus 11 plus 11 is nothing. The sign goes straight down. 13 plus 11 is 24. Divide by 8. Divide by 8. Those cancel. X equals 24 divided by 8 is 3. And next question. Oh yeah, the fraction one. So listen super carefully how I say it. Like you've heard me say many times in class, if you say the problem correctly, you give yourself a much greater chance of doing it correctly. Plus 1 equals 5. Okay, so it's x minus 5 divided by 3 plus 1. The last thing I said was plus 1, so you have to do the opposite of that, which is minus 1. Minus 1 on both sides. Those cancel. You get x minus 5 divided by 3 equals 4, and here comes the fun part, the hard part to type. So x minus 5 divided by 3. The last thing I said was divide by 3. You have to do the opposite of divide by 3, which is times 3. Times 3. And that is not the actual correct way to show it if you're doing it on paper. But it is the best that we can do when we're typing math. So you get the divided by 3 and the times 3 are opposite. Those cancel. You get x minus 5 equals 4 times 3, which is 12. Real quick over here, I'm going to show you the actual proper way to show the work if you were writing this on paper. Because someday, we're going to be in real school, and we would, most time you're doing math on real paper, not typing it. So the proper way to show multiply both sides by 3 is like this. Multiply by 3 on the left, multiply by 3 on the right. Notice they're all, both the 3's are on the line. And then you get 3 divided by 3, which is 1, or you could say cancels. And x minus 5 equals 12, which is exactly what we had there. Okay, and then opposite of minus 5 is plus 5. Plus 5. I feel like a surgeon, and I need a nurse, so I can say nurse, scalpel, nurse, suction. I can't think of any other surgery tools. Okay. One person, I think it was Jason, did something very, very creative. Instead of subtracting 1, which is the proper first step, he multiplied by 3, multiplied by 3, and multiplied by 3. You could do that. It's totally out of order, but it adheres to the principle of whatever you do to one side of the equation, you do to the other. So since it fit that principle, but it was out of order, it still worked. He ended up getting x equals 17 doing it that way. So that is super advanced lesson right there, that sometimes you can do things out of order and get the not only the correct answer, but have it be algebraically correct too. Number 4. 4 minus 3 times x plus 5 equals negative 35. So I'm gonna do this one. There's a couple ways to do this one. Now that I think about it, there's at least 3 different ways to do this. I'm gonna do it the way that most of you did it, which was most of you decided to distribute first, which is perfectly okay. Gotta be careful. Think of that as a negative 3. So negative 3 times x is negative 3x, and negative 3 times positive 5 is negative 15. So, like I said, these problems are getting harder and harder. And then you combine the like terms. Bam, bam. A positive 4 and a minus 15 makes a negative 11. And now it's a normal 2-step equation. The way to get rid of a negative 11 or minus 11 is by adding 11, adding 11. That equals 0. You get negative 3x equals negative 24. Then you divide by, I'm going to use a fancy word that you learned in class today. Divide by the coefficient of x, which is just the number in front of the x, which is a negative 3. Divide by negative 3. That equals 1. X equals negative 8. Done. 2 more. We're at the 10-minute mark. I was hoping that this would be less than 10 minutes. But as you know, I probably talk too much. Number 5, negative 4 times 5x minus 3 plus 8x equals negative 6. Again, most of you chose to distribute first, which in this situation is actually probably the best thing to do. I'm going to skip a line because I want it to look pretty. Negative 4 times 5x is negative 20x. Negative 4 times negative 3 is positive 12. Okay, and then we got to combine like terms. When they're on the same side of the equation, you combine. When you combine, you don't show work. You just do it. So a negative 20 and a positive 8 makes a negative 12x. And then it's a normal two-step equation. Divide by negative 12. Divide by negative 12. A couple of you are still not showing division. You have to show division. If you don't show division, then it looks like you mean subtraction. So you have to show division. It is not optional. You can either use a normal fraction bar or even a sideways slash. That is perfectly okay. Especially when you are taught positive divided by, negative divided by negative is a positive. I think it's 1.5. I'm not 100% sure. About to find out. So 18 divided by 12. Yep. Negative 18. Negative 18 divided by negative 12. Positive 1.5. And last one. I don't know if I have enough room on my paper to do this last one, but we'll find out. Ooh, this one is dirty. But some of you got this right. Okay, let me rephrase. A lot of you got this right. This is not something that you could have done 2 weeks ago, and definitely not a month ago, right? Okay. So, just like the previous two problems, we're going to distribute. It's not the only way to do it, but it is how most of you did it. So, negative 2 times positive 1 is negative 2. Okay. We have like terms. I'm going to combine them. That is the normal thing to do after distributing. I don't know if you guys have noticed that yet. I don't know if we've done enough problems for you to have recognized that pattern, but almost always after distributing, you combine like terms. Okay, so now we have this situation. Variables on the left side, variables on the right side. We want them on the right side. Sorry, we want them on the left side. Variables on both sides. I want to get all the variables on the left side. That's just the wiser place for your variables to be. Those cancel. 3 plus nothing is 3. Negative 6x plus 8x is positive 2x. Equals, that's 0. Plus 11 is 11. Now it's a normal two-step. That's 0. 2x equals 8. Divide by 2. AKA the coefficient. divide by the coefficient. Whatever the coefficient happens to be, that equals 1. 1x equals 4. Done. 15 minutes, my bad. I was hoping it would be, oh, you can't even see that last line. I was hoping it would be under 10, but sorry guys.